Wow. Breaking news. Breaking news. You guys are going to like this one. Vasiliy Lomachenko, the Matrix, is coming out of retirement to return to the ring, according to Mike Coppinger. Exciting times. Exciting times in the sport of boxing. Now, let me read what he had to say here on his Verified X page, and I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on this. It says here, Vasiliy Lomachenko is coming out of retirement and is targeting a return in the fall of this year. Sources tell at Ring Magazine. Lomachenko's contract with Top Rank expires today, and he's now a promotional free agent, and he only wants the big fights, I'm told. No tune-ups. Let me read that again. He only wants the big fights, I'm told. No tune-ups. Now, who talks like that? The only person I know who talks like that, no tune-ups, is Errol True Spence Jr. So this leads me to believe that Vasiliy Lomachenko is very confident that he's still that guy. He's still that same guy before he left. Now, some of you guys know Vasiliy Lomachenko retired, I think it was June 5th of 2025. That was after his last fight. I think he fought George Kambosos, I think, in 2024. That was his last fight. He won that fight by TKO. He's 18-3. He has 3 losses, of course. 1 to Devin the Dream Haney, Teofimo Lopez, and Orlando Salido, if I'm not mistaken. And he retired a 3-division champion. And let me say this, because I know some people don't like Vasiliy Lomachenko. I'm not one of them. I think he's a brilliant, talented fighter. He's definitely a brilliant, despite having the low record of 18-3. He had that long amateur background. I think he was one of the most talented guys in the ring in this past era. He had the footwork, he had the speed, the IQ. He was a complete fighter, respectable power. And I just think, he's a hard guy to beat. And my hat goes off to the guys that were able to get over that hump. That says a lot about them. But I know what you guys are thinking. And I'm thinking the same thing. Now that he's returning and he's looking for the big fights, he doesn't want any tune-ups. A lot of us are thinking Gervonta Tank Davis. I'm thinking the same way. I would love to see that fight. That fight has been years in the making. And quite frankly, as a Tank fan, I've been disappointed in the way Tank's been moving in the sport of boxing. Not taking on the tough competition. Guys like Shakur Stevenson, guys like Devin the Dream Haney. He's been opting to try to fight guys like Jake Paul, the circus stuff. Now in walks Vasiliy Lomachenko, the Matrix. And this is his opportunity, I would say Gervonta Tank Davis' opportunity to get back in the good graces of his hardcore fans, in my opinion. This will be a tough fight for both of these guys because I don't think they've ever been in the ring with the likes of their type of styles before. You have Gervonta Tank Davis, who is definitely a knockout artist. He can box, but he's known basically for flatlining people. And then you have Vasiliy Lomachenko, the footwork like I talked about. They call him the Matrix, the angles, the speed, the boxing IQ. I don't think Tank's ever been in the ring with a guy like him. And this makes for a great opportunity for both of these guys. So I hope they take advantage of it. But I am happy to see him return to the ring because he's a special fighter. And we don't have a lot of special guys anymore. We do have Usyk there. Terrence Bud Crawford retired. They just don't make them like that anymore. So I have a huge amount of respect for Vasiliy Lomachenko and what he's been able to accomplish. But anyway, that is the news. He's set to return in the fall. I guess we'll find out, who's going to be first up to bat. No tune-ups. Wow. You guys let me know how you feel about it in the comment section. It's the CMB. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. And I'm out. Peace.